In this video, we will create the first flow in the Node-RED and also create a simple dashboard. So let's start in devices tab. We have our radio dongle connected to the USB and also connected in the devices tab. We have paired with a push button. We can make sure that it's correctly paired when in the messages tab. So now let's move to the Node-RED. Node-RED is a simple visual programming tool. In the left you can see different nodes, and in the middle you create simple flows by connecting them together. In the right there is also info tab and useful debug tab, which will show you some responses. So what we would like to do, let's create a gauge and graph of the temperature, and also let's display a graph of the orientation of the button module. So you can have it in your garage, for example, and see when it's closed and when it's opened based on the accelerometer position. So we would need to know the correct MQTT topics. One option is to copy the topics we already see in messages. So if you restart the module, then you will see also the temperature, and the MQTT topics can be also found in developers documentation. If you go to the interfaces, you can see the MQTT topics, or you can use search here. And this is what we need. We need the temperature and the orientation, basically. So for now I will use this copy clipboard. So I will copy the topic for the temperature, which means this text is copied to the clipboard, and I go to the function. And so I have put the MQTT input node here and the debug output node there. So now I need to fill the topic, so I'll double click and paste the topic here, and that's it. Every time you do some change in the flow, don't forget to press this deploy button. So I press the deploy, and now if I warm this module a little bit, then you can see the temperature is rising, and I can see it in this debug tab. So now let's do something useful and put a graph and gauge for here. So we will use gauge and chart, and you do it by simply connecting it together. So now double click on the gauge. We will change the range to the, let's say, 40 degrees, and also we put the degrees. This can stay, and let's do similar things for the chart. This chart has the y-axis automatical, so there's no need to set the correct range. So now again press deploy and switch to the dashboard, and you can see your first dash. Right now we need to wait for the value to appear. So again I can warm this a little bit. And you can see it's already rising up. So this is your first dashboard. Now let's add the third thing, which is the accelerometer. So I will change the orientation and copy the orientation topic to the clipboard. And again, back to the functions tab, to the Node-RED. And I will put here in MQTT input node, paste the new topic, and connect it to the graph, to the chart. I can reconnect this debug output to the new node, clear the debug, and yeah, I need to open this and press done, and there was a red triangle which now disappeared. Again, click the deploy, and now when I change the position, you can see it is locked in the debug tab, And when I go to the dashboard, then I have the third chart, which changes every time I will change the orientation of the core module. So you can track in time the state of the button kit.